If you guys would like, I'm happy to fire up the video that we shot of Ms. Schultz's home. I need to give full credit to the amazing, fabulous students and staff at Dallas College that helped provide all our video.
My name is Janie Schultz, and this is my home. I live here with my husband and my children who come and go from college and life. I'm working with City Lab High School Foundation. I'm the board chair of that. And I'm also on our Dallas City Planning Commission for District 11.
I'm the Assistant Director for the Office of Sustainability and Environmental Quality at the City of Dallas. And we're so excited to be here today at the home of Janie Schultz. We are here as part of the North Texas Renewable Energy Group Solar Tour, which will be virtual this year. And so we wanted to visit a little bit with my friend Janie about her experience in implementing solar on her home.
I've always been interested in renewable energy in every way. I had been waiting and waiting for solar to come to Dallas. We actually met some people who lived in Los Angeles and they had worked with Solar City, so I kept waiting, and as soon as they announced that they were coming here, I believe we were among the very first installations they ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we've leased our panels, we leased our whole system with Solar City, and the reason that we decided to lease it is because we didn't want to put up any cash up front. And so it minimized our investment significantly. It was almost nothing to put down, and we signed a 20-year lease for these panels, so that's how it works. And my bills come just like they did before from the energy company. So it's a two-bill process.
Okay.
I get one from my relationship with Solar City.
Okay.
So they bill me, but we have a locked-in rate for 20 years. I can actually switch my provider just because Texas choice, and so I have switched it, and now we have a separate bill from that. I mean, I was worried about the fact that it's on my roof and who was responsible for the roof, and in fact they are responsible for the roof and everything under it. So for example, we started getting a lot of squirrels for the first time. We've had our panels now for 4 years, I believe it is. We hadn't noticed anything before, but we did, and so we called them and they came out and installed these squirrel guards that are amazing. And so they actually are responsible for my roof. And also they come once a year and clean them so that it maximizes the efficiency. And that's another advantage of leasing. The squirrel guards, the cleaning, I don't have to pay for any of that. They just come out and do it because it's part of the lease. So what happened was, when I actually reached out to Solar City and told them that I was interested in having a system put in, and they came out and measured my yard, my roof. And they said to me, one of the interesting things about it is I could have as large or small of an installation as I wanted based on their measurements of what the sun and their possibilities are. So I said, if you're doing it, just let's go big. This is Dallas, let's go big. And so they were able to put 126 panels on my roof. And they came out and measured everything and set it all up, again, all outside, so I didn't even have to be here, although of course I was. Before they installed, of course, we negotiated the lease, and which was a very simple process, and it was mostly about what was going to be my rate for 20 years, because it is a 20-year lease.
Wow.
And one of the nice things about it is that every 5 years I have the option of buying the system if I would like to. And then I wouldn't pay them anything. I'm actually coming up on a 5-year on 2021, but I think I'm going to stay with this because their service is incredible. It's Tesla now.
Okay.
And so their service is incredible. I have an app on my phone that I monitor. They worked with Encore, and they got all the Encore permissions, and they did everything with the city, and it was not a problem at all, even though ours was one of the very first ones in Dallas. So we were breaking ground throughout the whole thing. Even Encore was like, we don't know how to do this, but they did it, and it's been great. I mean, it's been a complete win for us, and I'm very happy about it. I don't know why anybody wouldn't either buy their own or lease or whatever it is that they choose to do for their own financial situation. I'll be very clear about it. We try to be careful, but we're not at all extreme. I keep thinking of the days of Jimmy Carter, 68 and 78, and we're not quite there, but we do save about $200 a month off of our bill, which was a large bill before. But that's been a significant savings for us every year. But for us, it's not even as much about the savings as it is just why not? Why not do the right thing? Why not use this solar power? Why not save a little bit of money? There's no hassle to it. It's great service, and it's a win, as you said.
We have a question. How much of your electricity cost do you cover with the solar system?
Probably it ends up being about a 20% discount of what my electric bill would be. Because the way it works is that I use MP2. So MP2 just deducts what I generated up to a certain point from my electric bill. So my guess would be if I owned my system, I'd probably be saving so much more money than I do. But I chose not to go that route. So, yeah.
So Jerry just added some stuff to the chat, and I'm not sure what it is. Jerry, are you muted?
No, I don't think so.
What did you just put in the chat?
Oh, I put a picture of the roof and a picture of the side, except it's the wrong picture, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh no, the side. Yeah, there's a picture of the side and a picture of
of your roof.
Of the back of the roof.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So
good.
To look at when you have a chance.
Great.
Cool. Janie, I have another question.
Yeah.
Did you do any energy efficiency improvements to your home before the solar system?
Our house was built in 1945, so we did put in new windows, almost all new windows. I have a lot of windows, so I couldn't do all of them. But we did put in quite a few new windows and, of course, lighting, but that's about it. I did look just for grins on my app. See, there's like an app on my phone. I'll just show you how simple it is. So just for grins, I looked at how much solar energy I produced for 2020, and it's 27,818 kilowatts.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's produced a lot, which tells me that if we owned our system, it would probably, we'd probably have little to no electric bill.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
You're bigger than normal residential system, Janie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. Yes. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that I can share on my regular data.
So basically, you haven't had to change any of your ordinary routine or how you live your life?
No, I mean, the only difference is that I get a bill from an electric company and a bill from solar, from Tesla. But other than that, I would not even know that it's there. And as I mentioned in the video, the service is just incredible. They come once a year and they take down every single panel and check it and clean it and all of that. And then when I was having problems, with squirrels, I actually thought there were rats in my attic, and it turns out there were squirrels on my roof. And so they came and looked at it and then put guards on every single one of the panels, which was a big enterprise. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I have a lot of neighbors and things that come by and, ask about it. I mean, what I find fascinating for people is that there actually are people who are concerned about the aesthetics, particularly in HOAs or whatever. And I don't understand that at all. So if anyone's on the phone that understands any of that, I'd love to get that.
I think it may be a personal taste thing. I like them. I think they look very modern. and sleek, and but I don't know that everybody, maybe not everyone thinks that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I had put a white roof on my roof to begin with for energy efficiency. So I guess I wasn't one that cared that much about aesthetics to begin with. Not that, I'd rather keep things at eye level. You know, they say in urban planning, right, that if people aren't going to look up very much. So it's all about the landscaping.
So have you had neighbors ask you about your system?
Oh yeah, for sure. People stop all the time. Molly, were you going to ask a question?
Yeah, I was going to ask if the people who had shown interest in your system, if any of your neighbors have put solar on themselves.
Yeah, a couple of them did actually. Yeah, I've had 2 neighbors install it because of our system. But also there was a time a couple of years ago that right before Tesla bought Solar City, that they were doing a lot of push. You know, they set up I let them set up a little tent, and they were giving incentives to me if people, you know, signed up. So things like that. And I was actually quite generous. So I was trying to get my, you know, electric bill paid by getting people to do solar, but then they stopped that. And I realized people need to make their own decisions. Yeah.
So I just want to be clear, has that entire rental, the leasing system, has that been discontinued by Solar City?
No.
No?
No, I'm pretty sure you can still do it. You go through Tesla.
Okay, so you just go through Tesla and check on getting a lease.
Yeah, exactly. And then to have someone who really understands the contract and the numbers really look at it. You know, the only downside, besides the fact that you don't get as much of the financial benefit as you would if you put in the system yourself, is that I don't know what the minimum lease time is, but if you sell your home and the buyer doesn't want the system, you can get into quite a discussion because it needs to stay on the roof. So that's the only other downside to it, to the rental, is making sure that you keep the system on your home for that, you know, for the time of the lease period.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's fun.
Janie, did you have any challenges with an HOA in?
No, I live in Dallas. Yeah, I'm just in a regular old neighborhood. We don't have that. No. I think what would be interesting is with the solar is it would be very interesting to have the opportunity to have someone come and sort of look at all the things that potentially someone could do, rainwater collection, like all of the, you know, look at my landscaping and say, oh, maybe you could go a little more this or that as part of all of it, and really do some data-driven savings to promote. I think that would be interesting. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
But Janie, you have a lot of that stuff.
I do. I don't have any rainwater harvesting. I had rain barrels, but it was too much trouble at the time. So instead I spent quite a bit and invested in drip irrigation for my entire property, you know, and then of course I got landscape greedy and started planting places that I probably just should have, you know, that kind of thing. It's, you know, if you give a mouse a cookie on this stuff. But it's, you know, I love it. And yeah, I mean, I wish we had the cash, honestly, to buy it. On the other hand, I don't have to keep up with technology. So maybe, you know, someone else on the phone might know what happens when you buy your system yourself and the technology changes and improves. How does that work? You know, I guess you just have to keep reinvesting.
As far as I know, it works the same way as anything else you would buy when the technology changes. You know, you come to a point where you decide that the old system is costing you more than upgrading to a new system would be, and then you upgrade.
Got it. So maybe, so Molly, if you're going to be contacting or looking into it, it may be worth it to ask them about, you know, if you buy, will they sell you upgrades at a discount? If you lease, do they continue to upgrade the technology? How does that work? Those things that might be worth asking in the negotiation.
Yeah, those sound like good questions.
Yeah.
Janie, I have a non-solar direct question for you. How did you find the process of doing your video and getting ready for this? Did you enjoy that? Did you have a hard time with it?
I will tell you, you know, this organization, the North Texas, you guys have been, it's been amazing. I mean, you're very, very service oriented. The city of Dallas staff led by Susan, really, they made me, I had nothing to do except show up in my own yard. And they did the video, asked the questions, managed this. It's really been a delight and easy to do it. I think this is the 3rd year that I've done this. And it's easy, and it's the work that you're doing as an organization is really important. So thank you very much. And I'm glad the city's really engaging. It's great.
City has been great, and we're happy and appreciative of people like you who keep coming back to help us put on the tour.
Sure.
Can't do it without you.
Sure. Molly, if you're really looking at a system, you know, you can, through the organization, I'm giving, in front of Rosa, I'm giving you permission to, giving them permission to contact me directly. So if you want to come see my house, you know, or come see my system or anything, just feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you.
Sure.
And the videos are going to continue on the DFW Solar Tour after today, so that people can keep watching them and hopefully get excited about coming next year.
Yeah.
So Rosa, can we link to the videos from the city side as well?
You know, I don't know how that's done. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Maybe we link to the YouTube videos, but the work that you're doing is critically important to our ability to get more solar energy put in Dallas. I will say, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I got one of my friends in the bond office sent me a photo of the roof of the new library that the city is building in Vickery Meadows. And there's about 200 panels on top of that library. And I about fell over. I was so excited because they told me that they weren't sure they were going to be able to do it. So I am thrilled. I will probably get myself in even more trouble, but I will ask that library get put on the tour for next year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We can definitely. The other thing, I wonder whether or not, y'all may know, but I wonder if there's any way to do some kind of a, you know, a monitor that could be in the lobby or even outside the building that shows the production, so people it can be called out very publicly.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, I think that's great. That I mean, would be a great educational tool.
Yeah,
tool.
and I think, and again, the app, I think maybe through the library's app, there might even be a way to monitor the way I can on mine, you know, so that kids can see it and then do math problems off of it. You could really make it an educational thing.
Yeah, are you on Solar Edge on their app, Janie?
No, I use the Tesla app.
Oh, okay. Because I know the Solar Edge app also gives you the equivalent amount of trees planted by what you're
right. Wouldn't that be cool to have for those kids?
It would. We're actually right now, our staff are working with the staff at the library on a series of environmental online classrooms. And so I might plant that little seed of an idea to have them maybe look into that as part of their ongoing programming. It's been great because we're mandated by a bunch of our permits to provide environmental education, and it's really hard to do in-person education right now. And the library was looking for programming. So this is a big,
really good. And I also wonder whether or not the Vickery Meadow, they have a PID, they have a public improvement district. and they might be interested in that as well.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, so I'm happy to help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I can get, the council person interested and
Oh,
that.
she's actually on our committee.
Good.
Jerry's saying at one time the Da Vinci School had a website where you could see the various forms of energy used. I love the Da Vinci School because they had told me that we can't do wind in Dallas. And the Da Vinci School very cheerfully proves that that is not a true statement.
Nice.
And they have it's kind of a cool looking turbine. It's not big. And it looks more like sculpture of some sort. And then you realize, no, they're generating wind power.
And Jerry, the Da Vinci School has been on our tour most of the last 5 or 6 years. They couldn't do it this year because they weren't around. So we tried to get them on the tour again this year. They couldn't do it this year, but we're hoping next year they can be back on the tour.
They're in the area that was hit by the tornado, right? Yeah.
Yes, they were.
I think our time is over.
Oh, wow.
That went
We'll
quick.
be back at 1 o'clock.
Yes, Janie, thank you so much. And
Thank
you
you.
too.
Yeah, thanks. This was great.
Yeah, Molly, contact me anytime if you want to see it, okay?
Jerry, thank you for attending. Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, Jerry.
Hey, thank
Thanks
y'all.
for the photo.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.